Steve, Donna, I mean, it's great to see you, great to be catching up.
And likewise, mate.
Obviously really looking forward to your trip to France and, accompany on some of those trips. We've just come into spring now, we've obviously had winter, but Steve, let's just start with you. What's been going on? Where are we now?
Man, it's so exciting, Phil. Just loads and loads of stuff. You've been absolutely phenomenal. The introductions that you've made to the other people have been phenomenal. We've been looking at selling our property. We've got people interested in that. As you know, we're coming out to France on the 27th of April.
Yeah.
2 weeks away, just over 2 weeks. We've got about 15 to 17 properties to view. Jo Carr, who you know very, very well, she's lining this up, and yeah, we've been
Can't wait.
We've been researching, and we've been really busy behind the scenes, and we've been putting it out there, and we've also had our first business plan drafted. A lovely lady called Sarah Vincent, who I know is your visa expert. So she's done our first business plan. So we have been very busy, mate, really busy.
So Donna, we know your husband goes at a million miles an hour. So what is it in the background? What's going on for you?
It's just basically winding everything up at home, trying to figure out what animals we're going to take and what route. The doggy thing's worrying me a little bit in the fact of like getting the dogs over there, but I think it'd be quite straightforward. But yeah, it's just, we're very excited. We can't wait, really, can we?
Basically, I do all the work and you just wait for the answers. But yeah, like you say, we've got a lot to figure out and plan, but we just sit and talk about it a lot, don't we? And like,
yeah, we do.
We're creating the dream in our head, and the more we talk about it, the more excited we get, and the more real it becomes, isn't it? Like, we're planning our business already. We've decided we're going to open the grooming salon first, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
And start getting some marketing from the minute we get there. So yeah.
Yeah, and then figuring out what we're taking.
Yeah. Nothing. We're leaving everything behind.
Donna, question to you now, and then we can flick to Steve. You've obviously shortlisting some properties.
Yeah.
What is it about some of these properties that is catching your eye already?
Well, a lot of them need a lot of doing, which we're not scared about doing. But I think it's just the potential of, with the outbuildings, the fact that they're rural, the fact that one of them we were looking at that I'm very interested in is it's almost like two properties in one, which means there's lots of space for family to come and have holidays, which is always nice, and also a business sense. If we wanted to, we could rent some of it out, do Airbnb. So yeah, it's exciting, isn't it, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
What then, Steve, what are some of the trepidations you've got? You're about to come out, and what are some of the anxiety points?
So obviously we're telling people the story. We're telling people that we're in the planning stages. And when Sarah sent me the first copy of the business plan, we kind of set a date. And in externalizing that, it was exciting but terrifying in equal measures, because it's like, this is a massive, massive step that we're taking. It's a risk. It's an educated risk, but it's still a massive risk. So my anxiety lies in the fact that we are going to a country that je peux parler français en petit at the moment. So we're going somewhere where we don't speak the language, to start a brand new business from scratch. Yes, we've got experience. Yes, we've got funding, but who wouldn't worry about that? Yes, it's exciting.
But it's also emotional in the fact that you're tying up your life here, and it's a little bit daunting. But even though you know it's going to be the best thing for you, it's still a little bit scary.
It's very scary. But it's also, I think the excitement is more than the fear.
Yeah.
So yeah, that it's the same as anything, Phil. We've started businesses. You've started business. We've started business. It's worrying. It's a risk. But do you know what? I've said this to so many people. When I lie on my deathbed, I'd rather regret the things I did do than the things I didn't. And this is something we have to do, because we know it's going to be brilliant. We know it. This is the rest of our life, and there will be no looking back, I promise.
No.
And again, Steve, just talk to us for a moment. There's been a little bit of closure already recently, but there's also been another door opening, not just France. Tell us about the last couple of weeks for you, because it's been hugely eventful for you personally.
So, with the closing of the door, we kind of decided that we have to start now taking steps to wind down things. We don't know how long this process is going to take, but we had to be all in. So last night I did the last gig with my band, which was very, very emotional, very it was amazing, wasn't it? But it was bittersweet, because being on that stage with my friends, I love it, and there was hundreds of people in the room, some grown men crying, and people telling us that we'd been part of their life for the last 10, 12 years. So that was, it was a hard thing to do, but that was another step for me in saying, I'm serious about this is what we're doing. But then on the flip side, like I say, we've been talking to Joe, we've been talking to Sarah, we've been talking to yourself, and when we get to France, the possibilities are amazing. Some of the properties that we're looking at, we're thinking about doing retreats for people from England or anywhere in the world. We're thinking like doing our grooming salon, doing the doggy daycare. There's so many places.
Possibilities are just endless.
Yeah, and obviously as a musician, I've already got people that I'm messaging in Facebook groups who are in the Dordogne and the Charente. They do wedding venues, they do corporate events, and it's like, I can go over and do singing, and again, it's like...
I've been asked to be a singing waiter.
A singing waiter, yeah. Somebody got in touch and said, I run a singing waiter business. It's a bit like the UK. Would you be interested? And I'm like, I haven't answered yet, because I'm like, can I see myself doing that? But yeah, so all of these things are really exciting, and some of the properties, like Donna said, some of the properties we're looking at, the potential of them, Phil, it's massive,
Donna, for you, a lot of people... a lot of our audience are retirees, they're moving to France. It's a fairly steady process. Of course, there's red tape and everything else.
Yeah.
But for you, your days are full of working at the moment. So for you, how are you fitting everything in?
Relying on Steve. The trouble is with my business that I've got, I am the face of it, and people want me there all the time, because I started it and they expect me to be in there with their dogs all the time. So sometimes it's hard finding time for me to get out and do little bits, but we're managing it, aren't we? And we've got good staff, which is great, so that gives us time to be able to do bits. But
we've had your mum. We've been dealing with your mum as well for the last couple of months. She's been with us, so but you're amazing. You always seem to manage it.
Thank you. So.
And Steve, I have to ask, because it's the business I'm in. You just launched a book as well, in amongst all of this, trying to move to France and the band and everything else you've got going on. You've launched a book. Tell us about that.
So, my book came out on Amazon, Release the Best You. So the book is kind of, it's an asset for what I do behind the scenes sort of thing. So I'm an elite mindset coach, so I help people to get purpose, vision, clarity on their life, let go of negative thoughts, feelings and emotions from the past that might be holding them back. Now, of course, when we go to France as well, the online world is perfect, Phil. So my membership's online, my coaching is online. So again, this is something that I'll be carrying over there. I managed to get number 10 in the bestseller category for self-improvement on Amazon, which was great. Of course, I've got a copy for you, so you can have a look at that. It's exciting times. I mean, ultimately, everything in the book it's my journey, our journey. We've been married 34 years this year, haven't we? And we've gone from no education qualifications to, Donna was a hairdresser, I was a trainee chef, and then we joined the army and we started our family. And the book is about my journey from, let's be honest, some dark times: alcohol, drugs, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, all the negative kind of stuff. But then the growth and the passion and the love that I have for my family and life, and just helping people to recognise that you can come from there and end up here if you truly want it. So
the book's also about living your best life, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's about releasing the best you, which I've helped you do. But that's it. Like Donna's hit the nail on the head. So many, again, at the gig last night, where I had so many people coming up and saying, "Oh, why are you doing this?" What? It's like, because I'm living my purpose. We are about to take another step forward to fulfilling our dreams, living our best life, being the best version of ourselves, you know. It's in France and we're going to go and get it.
Donna, when you get into France, you've got a busy 3 weeks. You know, you've got a busy 3.5 weeks of looking at property. You're definitely not there for a holiday. But when you get to your Airbnb, what's the first thing you're going to do when you get there?
Go and try some nice food. But I think we're just going to probably sit down and actually say what we're actually looking at from the properties, isn't it? But I think looking them on paper or stuff, you just can't get a feel for it. You have to go there, because there may be something that jumps out at you while you're at a different property that you never thought of, and you think, oh my god, that would work there. And we're just really excited about it, aren't we? The possibility and the opportunities, really. So I just can't wait to get there and just get looking.
We've said, isn't it, sometimes you don't know what you're looking for until you see it. We've got a very clear vision of what we're looking for.
Yeah,
the
but that
area,
may change.
and that's it. Yeah, we might go somewhere and go, actually, we didn't even think about it. And this is what we say is like failing to plan is planning to fail. So we have a plan. And our plan is very regimented. And again, we've spoken to Sarah and we've spoken to Joe, and we've got very strict parameters. However, when we get there, we might end up starting a gardening business. We might end up starting cleaning, a car valeting business. We don't know. We have a plan, but plans always change. So, you know, I think the first thing we're going to do when we get there is find a gym.
Yeah.
No, I'm only joking.
From what I believe, you already found a gym.
I have actually, mate, yeah.
And just finally, Donna, for you, what are the emotions now about moving to France? You know, you are another 6 months on since we've spoken. What are your emotions now?
I thought at one point I was very sad about leaving my family, but I'm not anymore, because I know that it's 55 minutes on a plane. They can come and see me. We can Zoom, we can do everything. We can still do everything like we do now, and we can pop back. So it's not like we're going halfway across the world. So I'm really positive now about doing it. I can't wait, to be honest. I just can't wait to get there.
And what about you, Steve?
Yeah, it's excitement. We've sat with this. We've sat with it, and we've meditated and thought about it. And it's like, we are leaving our parents, and for the first 6 months, maybe to a year, we're leaving our grandchildren. Our grandchildren at the moment are everything to us. We see them every morning, every afternoon, every evening. But like Donna said, they're not that far away. And hopefully one day they'll join us. But we have to think that this is our life. It's the rest of our life. It's not everybody else's.
No, we've brought our kids up and now it's us.
Yeah, it's time to get out of town. So yeah, it's really, really, the overarching thing is excitement. And yes, we will miss our family, but when you weigh it up, do you know what? France wins every time. We should have those things where you hold up some berets and some garlic. You can't say that.